What up, folks? Welcome back to ULTRAZILLA Toys, and today I have a review of the Neca Shin Godzilla. Sure to be a controversial figure, as was the SH Monster Arts, but let's put it in perspective right away. That was a figure that was about, I don't know, $125 shipped, and now is way more expensive. Compared to a figure that's like 25 bucks or less. And if you get it shipped from somewhere, as I did, I got it from the NECA store. I couldn't wait to get it, so I went ahead and, got it shipped from there. And, I can't complain. They sent it to me super fast. So, very happy to have them. But yeah, you got to put that in perspective right away. So, that's definitely, it'll, no matter what anyone says, that does affect a lot, So, let's start taking a look at Shin here. So, that said, it's a figure, and this is a figure review, so we will have to point out good points and bad points no matter what. So, there's that. So let's take a look at the sculpt here. Looks pretty good. First glance is always decent on this guy. Like if you look at him like right from there, that looks like Shin Godzilla, But the thing I have said about NECA before, and it's something I don't mind, is that they take some creative liberties with the figures, and I think that's cool. It gives us, why do I want the same figure over and over again, Granted, you have your folks that will only get the NECA figures because they're cheaper or whatnot, so they want a accurate representation, but for someone like me who collects both SH and, NECA, I like having variety, so it's a matter of, then it becomes a matter of whether or not you like that variety, or you like that particular design. So here, where we have the major variation is in the head sculpt. So let's take a look at that. The thing that is very different is this lower jaw. It's very long, and his whole head is kind of too long. I know if you just make him look down, it's a little better, but I don't know. It's still long. And that's the first thing I'll have to say is that. Also, and I'm going to talk about paint here as well, because it really affects my enjoyability of this, but it's something I plan on fixing. Like, for whatever reason, they glossed out his entire body, which is accurate, and then did not. And which I will disagree with everybody that said the SH Monster Arts was too glossy. Like, that's what Shin Godzilla should look like. So that's my opinion on that. And then you have his head here that's not glossy, and whereas the rest of him is. It's very strange. I don't know if that's an oversight. I don't know why they did that, but I want this glossy. I want a glossy head. So I am going to definitely put some sort of gloss paint. Not gloss paint, but like a gloss over it. Hey, since we took it out, let's have a look-see. Closer than we could before. So it's pretty good. It's a really nice sculpt. Otherwise, like besides the gloss, besides the weird longness of it, it looks pretty cool. I like the teeth. Look gnarly, and his mouth obviously opens really far, so we could take a look at the sculpt inside. I think that looks rather neat. I think the teeth don't look like, mispainted or anything. They just look gnarly, which I think is really cool. His eyes are painted a little odd in my opinion. Not quite Shin Godzilla E, but not bad either. So it's pretty cool. So this is actually good that this came off. My other issue here is, well, not only that it's long, but I feel like this top dorsal fin is too high. I actually need another, like, just another joint in here, another piece of plastic, and I might do that, like extend this ball joint somehow if I can, because I think he needs to be like up here. You know, he's got a really, really long neck. And the way, it's not just that he, you know, when you look down, it'll make it right. It's that this is too high, in my opinion. So, but I mean, look, like side profile now, it looks pretty good. It looks the part. His dorsal fins, and I will appreciate the fact that they're not spiky as are most of NECA's figures, because they're in Toys R Us and stuff, so kids will buy these. So that's good. My son was playing with this a little earlier, and I didn't have a problem with that because he's not spiky. Even his like toenails, excuse me, aren't so bad. As opposed to the NECA one, the Monster Arts one, which is very, very sharp. And unfortunately, like I can drop this guy right now and not be afraid of it like falling apart chip wise and getting all scratched up and stuff. Whereas the Monster Arts, unfortunately, I dropped him on the way down to my studio very, very early on. I think right after my review of him, I brought him upstairs for a bit. I wanted to show my wife some stuff about him. And then I brought him back down, and on the way back down, I dropped him on my steps outside. So it was on, like, you know, hard concrete steps, and wow. Yeah, that figure took a little bit of a beat down. Like, if I dropped this guy on those steps, I don't fear that happening. And I've said that before about NECA. You know, like, really solid, sturdy plastics. So, I love all the sculpt work here on this chest. Getting back to the review. And his shoulders, they look great. His arms look amazing. Like, sculpt out the wazoo, guys. It's really good. All the way down. Everything looks awesome. I love how the variation in the sculpt here and here. It's not like just generically the same. It's just, you know, they did it really well. Again, the dorsal fins look good. And then it comes down to his tail. So, and his tail does a interesting loop here. Like a weird, you know, up and down motion. It's like a weird ride. But here's, you know, probably my other major issue is that it's very floppy at this joint. Again, I feel like put an extra little joint in there and it'll hold it together better. So as of now, the ball in there does not hold the rest of this tail very well at all. So, and it does look a little odd over here, the gap in this tail. Like, it's so heavy that it just pulls everything into a gap if you just, you know, change it up a little bit. And it's it does flop because it's so loose on mine, at least. This tail, the rest of this tail that you had to put in, that it was separated in the package, is a lot tighter. So I'm gonna try to tighten this a bit in here. So, and even maybe up here, it just needs to be a little bit tighter. But otherwise, the tail looks really nice. The end of the tail, which is like itself almost a character, is interesting. It has some like orange blobs of paint. I'm not sure what that's about, but yeah, orange blobs of paint, guys. I don't know. Do you recall that on Shin Godzilla like that? I don't, but maybe I could be wrong. I haven't watched it in a bit, so I've yet to see it actually, since it's starting to become available. It is bendy here, but I don't know about a bendy wire, but it is bendy up here. So it's really tight in there. So I'm not sure. It looks okay, but at the very end here, it's just weird. I don't know. So, does everybody else have these blobs of paint? Comment below and let me know. His hands look good. Everybody thought they were gonna come out like much bigger. They didn't. They, you know, they turned out good in the end. I think the first like test shot had like thicker arms or something. And the arms look pretty good. Excuse me if my voice is a little messed up from here on out. I had such a massive like coughing fit just now, battling allergies still. That, yeah. But anywho, I like his arms. I really do. I think they look very nice. Very cool. The signature Shin Godzilla like chest bone here looks good. And then the feet look very nice. I like how they're sculpted. So the paint is a little different on both of mine. A little less glossy, a little more black here than this one. I don't know if you could see that very well. It's very interesting. I can bring my light a little bit closer, get some more light here. I think I moved my light back for a different video and I forgot to put it back. So there we go. Ah, look at that. Much better. So he's not bad. He's not bad, you know. It's got some, you know, a couple of weird choices. You know, I wish the head was a little different. I wish there was a little extra neck joint. And the tail needs a little bit something extra too, just for that. And the orange is a little odd. But the rest of the paint, and this is a big deal, looks really good. I love how all of the red that comes through looks. It looks really nice. There's like a couple of spots where it's like got a little blobby, like right there. But overall, I mean, like, dare I say that looks better than, except for maybe the dorsal fins. I don't know if, it looks okay. But, you know, throughout his body, the paint stroke, dare I say this looks better than the Monster Arts? Come on. I think it does. Because that was, I don't even have to dare, I guess, because, you know, we all know that had issues. Mine turned out not bad, but overall, it seems like it was a production line failure, as far as paint goes. Like, if you know, on a whole. But we're not talking about that one right now. Not yet, at least. Well, we have. But, yeah, I dig the paint on this guy. You know, getting into details is, you know, it's not necessary because it just looks good throughout. And, you know, again, there is some minor stuff here and there, and I think yours are gonna vary. But even on the top of his head, it looks nice. I mean, like, look, I'm gonna bring this up. Like, these guys did it at this price point. I can't. This is a good Shin Godzilla for this price point, and maybe even more than this price point. So for sure, I think they did a fair job here of bringing him to life. It might be too red back here, but I don't mind it. I think it looks pretty cool. I hope if they do a awakening version, that they, you know, make it a little different if you can, NECA, if you hear this. Like, add something here or make it tighter. Put like one extra piece of plastic here. Like, you know, shave off a piece from one, put it in another. Heck, I might do that. I might buy another Shin and just cut a piece of neck and put it in here, and that might be something Because I feel like it's really, like, even the long head I could deal with if that's fixed and if the head's glossier. It's minor. You know, like, they're kind of big deals, but, like, they were, like, almost there. So that's what I'm saying. And otherwise, I think it's pretty decent. This is gonna be a hard tail to get right. You know, like, and it is too small, but it's still huge. It's a huge tail. So there's that. Articulation on this guy. Hey, let's talk about that. His head, as we've seen, could go up that far, and it could go down. It's an interesting joint, again, the ball joint in there, because it's got like a little leeway to lean down. His mouth is hinged, and it does open pretty far, I think. So, you know, and when you look at it like that, I think it looks really good. There's a swivel here in his neck, and he's got, you know, some rotation and a little bit of back and forth here at his chest. Then you got the shoulder joint in there, a little shoulder ball joint, I believe it is, and his elbow does rotate and bend a bit. And then, is there a hinge here? Yeah, there is a hinge. It's really well covered inside here, so you can go back and forth, and obviously you can swivel it. His thighs can go in, not too much out, and then his knees are really tight on mine, so can't really see the other side. A little bit more here, and his foot has a ball joint as well, so you can go back and forth and stuff like that. So not bad there. For Godzilla, it's pretty good. And you got 1 joint, 2 joint, 3 joint, 4 joint, 5 joints here at the tail. So that's his articulation. It's not bad at all. It's pretty good. And let's do some size comparisons. Let's first bring in another NECA, the Awesome GMK. I really like this release. That was great. See how they fare. Pretty awesome. And here's Camera from SH Monster Arts. Pretty cool. And I got Ultraman here. Oh, this is the Ultract Ultraman. Where'd he come from? He's big. And of course, the SH Monster Arts. Let's see. See how they fare with each other. So obviously, you know, this guy is bigger, but this guy is pretty good. See what I'm saying here? Like, his head is higher. This is, to me, like, something I really would like to fix. This is just too high. I've said it from their, like, first promo pic that this is too high, this top dorsal fin. Some more comparisons. You see how much bigger his tail is. But I guess in terms of, you know, proportion, like, it's accurate to the size of the figure, right? You know, like, I would say so. Yeah. You know, like, I think that's the what, you know, we could possibly say about that. And let's bring in one more Shin Godzilla. All my Shin Godzillas so far. I really like Shin Godzilla. It took me a while to enjoy him, but not a while, but like, after my second viewing, I was hooked. But that's the Monster King Bandai Shin Godzilla, which I really like. I really, really, really like. A little more red paint on him, and he's like possibly my favorite. He's huge and he's awesome. All right. Oh, ouch! See, I'm like killing myself on this thing. All right. And there you go, guys. That is my review for the Neca Shin Godzilla. I really like it. Like, overall. I have some issues, sure. But, like, overall, you're getting a lot for the price point, and that's a big deal. Is it perfect? No. Is the creative license part that they did, that's up to you to decide whether you dig the head. I dig the face. I do. It's just, again, I need it to be a little higher up. Even higher than that could achieve. So, and I need the tail to be tighter. But otherwise, it's going to look fine on the shelf, and I'm glad to have another Shin Godzilla here. It's very cool. And for those of you that skipped out on the SH Monster Art because it was too pricey, and I understand, I think you're going to really like this. I don't think you're going to have a problem with this at all. It's, it's good. It's a good representation, Again, it's got some creative liberties, but it's fine. Like, look at it there. That's Shin Godzilla, So, there you go, guys. That's my final thoughts on this guy. Definitely worth buying. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching this review. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Facebook page, ULTRAZILLA Toys, as well. And share this video, please. Let's get the word out. This guy is pretty cool. Go to your shops and go pick him up. Alright, till next time. Peace out, peeps.